It is no doubt in my mind that we will build the entire FasTracks project. It's very important for us to complete the entire FasTracks commitment, and we will. We are building the largest voter-approved transportation infrastructure project in this country. We have the only transit public-private partnership in this country. We're implementing something here that I don't even think we realize as a region what we're doing.
We had this discussion and we summed it up, with the mantra that we came up with as a senior leadership team to build as much as we can, as fast as we can until it's all done. I mean, that's really what motivates us. We want to deliver as much of the FasTrack program to the public for their use immediately. Right? I mean, that's why we're all here.
It's always interesting to see how you can go from a position that says I can't do it to something that I did do it.
The most exciting thing about FasTracks is the investment that we're making in the region. This investment of infrastructure, transportation infrastructure, that will be here for the next 100, 150 years. We're literally talking about building something and investing in a region where 3 or 4 generations will be using this infrastructure. And so this is what excites me about building this particular investment that we call FasTracks.
My family's from here. My parents were both born and raised here. I was born and raised here. So working on something like FasTracks is exciting in that it's changing the city. It's changing how we get around, and it's something big. It's something we can look back on later and say, I helped do that.
I think the thing that really excites me about FasTracks is leaving a mark on the region. Taking my kids out, they point out the projects I worked on. It was the Southwest Corridor, and that's Dad's project. And that's probably what excites me most of all.
I'm from India, and public transit is in my blood. I'm used to it. When things are so usual for you, you kind of, take it for granted. When I first came to America, I didn't have a car. I had to primarily depend on people just for basic activities like going to grocery store, getting stuff done. And then I realized the importance of public transit.
RTD's leadership has been key to building the whole FasTracks program. From Cal Marsala having his region-wide vision, and now Phil Washington being the man who can really implement it, all the way down to the AGMs and the program managers. These are really the people who are able to make this program go.
You keep a team cohesive and focused by constantly showing them the end game. I mean, the end game is the completion, the opening of corridors, getting people home safely at the end of rush hour. You keep a team focused by putting the vision, constantly talking about the vision, constantly talking about the objective, the strategic goals, and the tactical ways to get there.
Seeing progress helps motivate me. Seeing stuff come out of the ground. For a long time there, we were wondering, when do we get to start building something? But seeing a bridge, or seeing, the West Corridor is almost done, seeing the stuff along Peña Boulevard at the airport, that's what motivates me, knowing that, we're working towards, completing all of this.
It's not just a program. It is something which will change how people look at Denver, how people look at this region, and we are setting up an example for the rest of the nation that what transit can do to the society. It's not just going from point A to point B, but enjoying that leisure that you have an alternate option.
I love telling people when they ask me, how would I get there on transit? And I always go to, well, in 2016, you'll be able to take the train from here to DIA. And it just is going to tie the whole region together and provide options beyond just driving in your car.
When it's snowing outside, instead of getting stressed out driving in traffic, being scared and being nervous. You can enjoy the ride on our beautiful light rails and future commuter rails and look outside. That quality of life is what FasTracks is about.
Any infrastructure project that is of this magnitude, you are going to have challenges. And so the answer and the question becomes, how do you address those challenges? How we address and respond to these challenges and the flexibility that we show in responding to these challenges, that is the key.
During challenging times, I really focus on what we are doing. There's a lot in FasTracks that's getting done. I try and focus on that and keep that always in the forefront and not focus on what we're not doing, but making what we are putting out there the best that can possibly be.
I understand why people are upset. In the long run, they want their infrastructure. That's a good thing. And that's our job to figure out how to get it sooner rather than later.
We spend a lot of time talking to our stakeholders about what we mean to do, what some of our challenges are, and why those challenges are going to make it difficult for us to deliver the project on time. Then we spend a lot of time talking to them about what the possibilities are and what opportunities we have to partner with them and try to make this project come to fruition before our projections are showing.
When you look at the FasTracks map now, and we have this ritual of coloring in with green the lines that we have under contract or under construction, there's not much left on that map. And I'm convinced and confident that we will do even more in 2013. This whole idea of executing innovation is very key. A lot of people talk about innovation. A lot of people give speeches about innovation. I want to execute innovation. I want to implement innovation.
Funding transportation projects at the nationwide level, we understand that it's tremendously difficult. Everyone is short of funds and trying to do more with less. And one thing that RTD is seen as doing is thinking long-term and having a grand vision, but then also having the sort of innovation to be able to say, okay, maybe we are just going to be treading water if we just rely on formula funds. Instead, let's look to bring private entities into it. Let's look for other public entities to partner with. Let's really think about an innovative way to deliver projects. So the Eagle project is huge nationwide. Everyone wants to know, how did RTD do it?
I'm actually talking with 8 different agencies around the country at the moment who are considering P3s and want to see what we've done and what made it successful.
In 2011, we did a call to the industry. We asked the private sector to come in and share their ideas with us. We explained to them our program. We explained to them our strengths, our weaknesses, our opportunities, our threats. We said, hey, this is what we have, and this is what we will do. We will accept your ideas. We will look at those ideas, and if they make sense, we're going to execute them. This call for innovation and this reach out to the private sector has paid great dividends for us. Not only did we get an unsolicited proposal to do the I-225 corridor that we executing innovation, but we also got a number of ideas on the base system.
I am proud to say that through RTD's commitment of the transit system and the FasTracks program, but also through the WIN program that is training people to take on skills that will allow them to be marketable for the rest of their lives, is really groundbreaking.
So the idea with our Workforce Initiative Now, or WIN program, was to identify, to assess, to train, and put people to work that live in the communities where we're building these lines.
A lot of skills you can learn through the WIN program. Most jobs won't let you be on the job training, you know, and WIN program allows you to do that. And they really work with you one-on-one, you know. If I didn't like this job, they would try to find me another one. I appreciate the WIN program.
The team is the entire region.
RTD's regional cooperation is really non-parallel across the industry.
The team is the chambers, the small businesses, the general contractors, our elected officials, our governor, our federal partners. The team is everyone.
Lots of other communities have a difficult time coordinating transportation, especially over such a large area. So that cooperation in the region-wide plan and the vision has proven to be very, very attractive nationwide.
I'd like to just share the fact that even as we begin our 9th year of this program, we are still the largest transit expansion in the country, and we're probably the biggest transportation project that's going on anywhere that I can think of. It's pretty tremendous what we're accomplishing.
I predict that at the end of the original schedule, we're going to be up to the 90% range in terms of having completed. People are going to wake up one day and all of this is going to be done, and they're going to say, when did they do this? What happened?